Yo, 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 it's Hublo back with another. It's going to be about psychology and how to get your mind right and mental right to be trading. So, the contents and what we're going to be focusing on today is fear, greed, patience, discipline. We're going to do a little bit of an outro and then we're going to wrap it all up and let you guys know why this works. All right. So, for the intro, we got trading isn't just about strategy. Emotions shape choices. Emotional responses can cloud judgment and lead to mistakes. Discipline drives success. Discipline builds resilience and boosts trading confidence. So when we are trading and we're in a trade and we're constantly, making the wrong decisions and we're doing trading area errors and placing trades that we didn't mean to be in, whatever the case may be, that all ties into your emotional state, your emotional, mental at that time, what you may be reacting to at that time, or maybe something in your personal life kind of leaking in to your trading. So you always want to make sure you're reflecting and you're conscientious on when you're feeling these ways and journaling when you're feeling these ways, which, we talk about that in the journal video, on how to combat and go and push forward past these emotions when you're trading or just don't trade at all. Discipline is always a big key when it comes to trading, and understanding when you're not in a mental state to trade is uh, part of discipline as well. Key psychological battles traders face. So, loss aversion affects trades. So, trades often hesitate. So, traders often hesitate, fearing losses may escalate further. So, that's like if you took a loss yesterday. And then today you're kind of like hesitant on like taking a trade because, you don't want to even lose like anymore. That's definitely something that, a lot of traders deal with. I've dealt with for sure. And just understanding how to like combat that as you continue to, grow as a trader, and it is like one of the biggest things. It's all psychological. This game is at least 80% psychological for sure, if not 90. Greed sparks rash acts. So impulsive decisions arise driven by the desire for quick profits. So when it comes to making your money back or revenge trading, stuff like that, those are all along the lines of greed. And we have to understand that the market doesn't operate on our time. It doesn't care what you have going on in your life. Doesn't care, what strategy you're using, whatever the case may be. The markets will humble you, and you have to take your time and be patient with your setups and make sure that they're the appropriate setup that you want to be in at that time, and A plus setups when you can. Fear, the silent account killer. Man, ain't that the truth? So types of fear. So fear of losing. Losing money can paralyze decisions, making and hindering growth. FOMO. Don't miss out. FOMO drives impulsive trades, often leading to regrettable losses. So fear of missing out. That's what FOMO is. We talked about it in a lot of other videos as well, but this is definitely one big one that we're going to definitely just touch on just a little bit. Fear of missing out is definitely one thing that uh, happens when traders just feel like, okay, this trade is going in this big sell right now. This trade is going on this big buy right now. I got to get in. And when you're disciplined, you're going to learn to fight that. I did have a trade actually that happened to me today, where it kind of was like consolidating in my entry and my stop loss area, and definitely had a major feeling that it was going to sell, but I just didn't execute. I didn't execute it. I kind of just watched it play out. And once it was done playing out, I was like, wow, that was a huge sell. I definitely, wish I was in that, but it wasn't a FOMO thing to where felt like I needed to get in it just because I was looking at the charts and, or, have my community riding on me, trading, today specifically. And I took two losses yesterday. So, you know, today would have been a great day to kind of capitalize and not only make, a lot of that money back, but also, capitalize on a huge win. Today, missed out on 200 pips, but FOMO is a real thing, and you got to understand when you're making that conscientious decision to not click the button, and when you should just miss out on trades just due to the market just not playing exactly how you planned it to play out, and that's okay. Fear of holding a trade. So holding on to losing trade stems from fear of finality. So it's funny how a lot of us traders, and we've all done it, we hold on to our losers longer than we would hold on to our winners. And that's a big thing when it comes to trading, and it makes you an inconsistent trader when you don't have enough faith in your strategy enough to hold your winners, but you hold your losers, praying and hoping on a star that it'll start to go in your direction again. And that's definitely one thing that a lot of traders, have an issue with, and we've all dealt with it before. So the solutions to that will be trade with conviction, believe in your strategy, and execute trades confidently. Set up stop loss and targets. Establish a clear limit to manage risk and protect profits. Embrace losses in the game. Understanding that losses are inevitable, learn and move forward. Greed, the temptation to overtrade. Signs of greed, ignoring take profit levels. Traders often overlook take profit levels, risking potential gains. And that could definitely be a big, thing when it comes to, trades hitting TP. I always say if trades hit your TP, close that trade. That's where you wanted to get out. That's where you plan to get out. Get out. Chasing big wins through over leveraging. Many investors over leverage, seeking large profits, but increasing risk. Over leveraging can definitely be a benefit to you in certain instances, but in a lot of instances, not. You could blow a lot of your account to where the account won't recover. It won't make any sense for you to trade that account any longer unless you put more money into it, and or you could possibly lose your whole account, even possibly worse to worse, possibly even going into negative in your account. So make sure you guys are paying attention and using risk management at all times. Holding losers too long. Holding on to losing trades can lead to greater financial losses. Just like I said, you could lose your account and or um, be negative in a trading account as well. You don't always have to pay that back, but you may not be able to get another account with that broker, and or if they do let you get an account, you'd have to have a whole nother account, in order to trade with them again. Greed in trading can result in impulsive decisions that threaten your success. To manage greed, consider these strategies. So these are strategies you're going to want to consider if you're dealing with greed. Hey, like I said, we've all been there. Don't feel any type of way, about it. Just try to produce change and look for solutions that will help you with the greed that you're dealing with. Set clear goals, define profit targets and stop loss levels to maintain discipline. Follow your trading plan. Stick to your entry and exit strategies without deviation. Be patient. Wait for high probability setups instead of rushing into trades. Use alerts. Set alerts at key price levels to avoid consistent chart watching. Um, accept no trade days. Recognize that some days may not be present good opportunities, like I spoke about, what just happened to me today. Reflect on trades regularly. Review your trades to plan and improve your discipline. Patience, the key to avoiding forced trades. Why is patience hard? Waiting for high probability setups, sorry. Accepting that some days have no trades, not jumping in just because price is moving. And that's a big one. A lot of us jump into price just because, we're trading indices or we're trading EU, we're trading during New York session, we're trading during London session. Those are sessions that should be volatile, should be moving. We could trade in high impact news. just because it's happening doesn't mean you have to be in it. And that's a big thing. And as a professional trader, you're going to learn to navigate that. And you're going to understand that capital preservation is the best way to go about being a disciplined trader, and always making sure you're, even if you do decide to take that risk to trade, that you're lowering your locks and using proper risk management at all times. Solution to that issue is to trust the process, trade wisely, prioritize quality setups for consistent trading success, use alerts, not charts, set alerts to stay informed without consistent chart monitoring. I do that a lot. I just set alerts. I don't like, it's not that I don't like looking at the charts. I love looking at the charts, but just live life. While you're staring at the charts all day, there's things in life that are happening that you got to be aware of. You're probably at work. You're probably doing, different things. And if you're not doing those things, you're just chilling at the house. Still, it's not healthy to watch trades like that. Especially when you get to the developmental stage of where you know enough to where you don't really have to. Setting alerts is the best policy. But even if you don't know as much right now, it's best practice to start that off as soon as you can, because I was a chart watcher too for a long time in my career in the beginning, and it makes you have analysis paralysis, and that's something that Mark Douglas talks about um, in the Trading in the Zone book, and I definitely advise everybody to read that. Analysis paralysis is where you overanalyze your trades as they're um, building up, or as they're moving in the market in that period of time. So definitely want to watch out for that. Embrace no trade days. Patience prevents impulsive decisions and potential losses. Discipline, the glue that holds everything together. So what discipline looks like: risk management rules, adhering to risk management rules, safeguarding your trading capital, trade trade journal entries, documenting each trade enhances learning and improves future decisions. Stay on track of your strategy. Um, Consistent following your session and strategy fosters discipline and success. So make sure you're sticking to the same strategy, the same session for a duration of time, to where it gives you that confidence that you need in order to be a productive and consistent trader. Solution to that would be daily trading plan. A well-defined plan ensures consistency and reduces emotional decisions. Set max losses, stops. Establishing limits protects your capital and promotes disciplined trading. Trade like a business. Viewing your trading as a business fosters responsibility and strategic thinking. So we're here at the outro. Mastering emotions is the key to growing an account, not blowing it. Fear and greed. Mastering emotions helps prevent impulsive trade decisions. Trade smart. Consistently in trading fosters emotional stability and confidence. Trade triggers. Identify triggers Identifying triggers allows for better emotional management strategies. So identifying the triggers in your market that kind of gets you to be impulsive, do these things, and journaling them will help you manage your emotions a lot better when you're trading. Mindful focus. Mindfulness techniques enhance focus and minimize emotional distractions. So make sure you guys are always staying mindful while you're trading, and staying in the present, and understanding that um, you have to be robotic. You have to be robotic, systematic, follow your system to the T, and deal with the consequences later. And I wouldn't say consequences, but sometimes it comes with that. It's the price of doing business, like Mark Douglas likes to say. Trade log. Journaling helps analyze uh, emotional patterns, and improve decision making. Trade help. Provides Engaging with other provides accountability and emotional encouragement. If you guys don't have a community to engage with, talk about your losses, talk about your wins, definitely feel free to tap into my Discord. I do have a link somewhere on YouTube, so definitely tap into my Discord. I feel like that's the best policy when it comes to being a trader. And this game is a you versus you, but it's always good to have accountability and people that's around you that, you know, are dealing with the same thing or, in the same field. And you guys get to kind of, talk and converse about the things you guys may be challenging, that may be challenging you guys at that time or, things you guys may making been good at and you can probably help somebody else be good at it. Stay consistent, follow your plan, and prioritize trading psychology. Set clear, achievable trading goals. Set clear targets to effectively guide your trading journey. Revise your trading strategy. Regularly assess your trading strategy to ensure it remains relevant. That's a big one. The market is forever changing. And when it comes to the market, I've only been trading for about almost going on 7 years now. And it's not the same as when I first got in. Trading has totally changed since I got in to trading and since I've been participating in the market. Think before acting under pressure. Take a moment to breathe and think before acting impulsively. So, impulsively trading never works in your favor. I've had a lot of people who are, that used to, do a lot of content, stuff like that and show, you know, how cocky they were and the type of energy they would bring to the charts. And, it works for some people, for a short period of time, but eventually the market will humble you. And that's just the part of the game, that comes with that. Learn from your losses, analyze setbacks to improve your future trading decisions. Stay positive every day. Cultivate optimism to enhance your trading performance daily. Utilize visualize for success. Imagine your trading success to boost confidence and focus. So, why does this work? Explain psychological challenges traders of all level face. So emotional traps. So traders often struggle with anxiety, frustration, and impatience in their daily lives and dealing with, family, dealing with, different things you may have going on. But we all deal with it and we got to understand to, shift a whole nother mindset, get into a whole nother paradigm when we're trading. Fear and greed to drive us. Um, Fear and greed leads to irrational decisions and trading outcomes. So it doesn't really, work out in your favor, like I previously said, in the long run. Stress relief tips. Mindfulness, exercise, and routines, and are effective techniques to kind of get you, kind of to digress from stress when it comes to trading. And I feel like that's really important. Something that people should definitely tap into and pay more attention to is making sure you're exercising, making sure you're meditating, and doing certain like little things outside of trading that kind of get your mind off of it even when you have winning or losing days. Decision based uh, explored. So decision basis explored is a cognitive basis like overconfidence and losses aversion, distort judgment, and that's exactly kind of like what happens when it comes to your cognitive thinking when you're dealing with losses or you're too confident in certain trades and you're over leveraging. It can kind of distort your judgment to make you feel like you know things are things that you're seeing is what they are, and they're really the total opposite. So make sure you're not in dystoria when you're uh, trading. You have a clear, conscious mind, and you're doing all the daily disciplines to make sure that you're staying in that state. Overtrading effects. So overtrading causes uh, amount losses and emotional instability. So overtrading could affect you in a lot of different ways. Not only as a trader, but also it could leak into your personal life to where you're kind of short tempered. You could, react to things that are very minuscule in a total different way. And you got to make sure you check that at the door, when you're entering and exiting out of trading, because it can be an emotional roller coaster. Boost your confidence. Low confidence can also hurt your performance and cause missed chances. So you got to make sure that you guys are staying on top of that. Making sure you guys are staying with the boosted confidence, but a confidence level enough to where you're not hindering your trades as well. Um, gives actionable solutions instead of just pointing out problems. So step by step, an actionable step uh, drive effective change. So visualizing goals enhances motivation. So you always want to visualize your goals while you're meditating, while you're doing certain things, making sure you're visualizing where you want to be when it comes to being a trader. And that helps you, hit your daily goals and make sure that you're staying consistent in your trading and making sure that you're consistently loving what you do, because this game is a long one. It's not, if you want to be in this game for a long time, you got to make sure you can handle the ups and downs. Daily tweaks, small daily tweaks lead to big gains. You got to make sure that you're always staying um, 10 toes down, always staying, on your toes when it comes to the game, and make sure that you're working with what's working and you're getting rid of what's not. Accountability piece. So collaboration fosters commitment and progression. So when it comes to just getting into a community, having people that support you in the trading journey, because a lot of people around you, family, friends, girlfriends, they're not going to see your vision. They're not going to support you. They're not going to see this, for what it is originally when you probably first start, or maybe you're losing a lot of trades and you're not really making any money yet. A lot of people are not going to see your vision. The whole point of you getting into this was you wanted to change not only your lives, but the people around you lives. And sometimes they're not going to see it in the beginning, not until, you make it and you start making good profits, you start making some money and start changing your lives, that people are going to actually see, okay, what he was doing, is paying off for him. Reflective journaling. So writing nurtures self-awareness and growth. So you always want to be self-aware of your trading. It's going to definitely grow you as a trader, grow you as an individual, grow you as a person. And just want to make sure you guys stay on top of always reflective journaling when it comes to your trading, even if it was a bad day. Mindful acts. So mindfulness reduces stress and enhances focus. So make sure you guys are always, meditating, or, whatever it is you do. It doesn't have to be meditation, but definitely make sure you guys are staying mindful when you guys are trading. Pairs mindset strategies with actual trade decisions for clarity. So psychologically, in trading, psychological factors improve decisions making in trading. So decision making in trading um, has a lot to do with your psychology at that time, your psychology of what you're dealing with, and that's why you have to be somewhat two different people when you're trading versus your personal life. um, Trade scenarios. So real scenarios help apply trading strategies effectively. So always make sure you're back testing. You're putting yourself in scenarios that you would be in the live markets, or placing your SL or stop loss in ways that you would normally, do. And that's kind of, one way I could definitely put that is back testing is a big one. Um, Theory meets practice. So they're uh, theoretical concepts explains through uh, relatable trading examples. So, kind of just like backtesting, theoretical concepts explained through relatable trading examples. So, trading examples are kind of like if your favorite guru placed a trade in, and then you go on the charts and kind of go see how you would have took the trade is one way that I would put that. And kind of putting yourself in that market, in that time space mentally, and seeing how you could have executed or took advantage of that trade as well. Trade with discipline. Emotional control is key to constant trading success. Mindset and market sync. So you have to be in sync with the market and making sure that you're moving with the trends. Mindset helps the traders interpret trends accurately. So your mindset has to be clear. You can't, have a cloudy mindset when you're trading, because it'll make you think and see things that are just not there. case study learning. So case study reveals effective trading strategies. So one thing that I'll definitely say as far as case studies is someone who consistently puts out, content every week, or someone, want to be your guru, or somebody you can follow their trades every week. You can kind of do a case study on how their trades can probably attribute, or what their trading can attribute to your strategy. I know I post weekly recaps every week, so I'm very transparent in my trades and everything like that. So you definitely want it doesn't have to be me, but you can follow anybody who, consistently posts their what they're trading, how they're going about the markets, and stuff like that, and kind of use that as a case study for yourself to study to see how you want to interact with the market based on your strategy. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. I want to thank you for taking your trading journey seriously, taking your psychology seriously. You're going to be better for it. If this video has helped you, definitely like, subscribe, and make sure that you guys are staying consistent with how you guys are using your psychology and your mental when you're trading. I'm Huberto, and I'm out.